Hey y'all, welcome to Bonnet Talk. Hey guys.
Hey y'all.
It's episode 10.
Episode 10.
We're in double digits now.
Y'all. Woo.
Oh, just thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yes.
We be doing this for y'all real bad.
Yeah.
But we have an exciting news today.
We have not one, but two special guests.
I don't think you guys are going to guess who it is, but yeah, so.
But, let's bring them in the Bonnet Talk way.
It's our moms, guys! Speak. What's your name? It's my mom!
Hi everybody, my name is Mama D.
And I'm Honeymaker.
Yes! Yes! Okay, so basically, well, you can explain it because you have it from.
Yeah, so basically we got our moms today because we're just going to be, chopping up with them, asking them some questions. They had us both at kind of like the same age, so the age we are pretty much now.
Yeah.
Low-key, same age range.
Yeah.
So we just thought it'd be cool to ask y'all some questions about, your journey with motherhood, and then just some advice you have for the girls in their 20s, because we do have a lot of our audience is like college, 28.
Yeah, so it's gonna be slay. So we've got 10 questions for the 10th episode.
Yes.
How slay!
10 for 10.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I guess just starting off, can you tell us how old you were when you became a mom and what that moment felt like?
When I found out I was pregnant with Shannon, I was 21 and a half. And the way I found out, cycle was late. Waited a week, told her dad, he stole the pregnancy test from the store.
He stole it!
And then I remember it was a Saturday, and then I waited till Sunday morning. I smoked a blunt because I was like, I didn't know what I was, I was trying to prepare myself, so I did. I smoked the blunt. I was like, this might be my last blunt for a while. And I went, took the test, and at first nothing was on this. I was like, ooh, okay, I'm good. And then all of a sudden this line just started. And I was like, oh my God, like, oh my God, there's a baby inside of me. And I started kind of freaking out. I cried. I remember I went to work because one of my manager was around my age. So she was like, did you take the test? And she just looked in my face because I can't hide my emotions. And yeah, found out that I was going to have Shannon back here, my firstborn. So.
Yes.
That's what's up.
An honor.
Right? That's what's up.
That's so funny.
That's what's up. Well, my story was a little different. I thought I had food poisoning from El Pollo Loco. So I was sick as a dog for like maybe 3-4 days, and then my dad took me to the emergency room because I couldn't even keep anything down. And after being at the emergency room all night, the nurses actually accidentally told him that I was pregnant. Ooh. So I didn't get to see his whole face, reaction of anything like that. But I was 23. I had her when I was 24, but I was 23 when I found out I was pregnant with her. And yeah, I thought I had food poisoning, and then come to find out I was 8 weeks pregnant when I found out. Yeah. So she was good and ready. She was here. Her and her dad, we wasn't on the best of terms. I admit I was not in not necessarily in a situation, but I wasn't trying to create a situation on trying to bring a child into a broken situation. So, I admit I made the appointment. Giselle was she was up out of here.
About to be a slushy.
She was about to be a straight slushy. Made the appointment and everything, and like I said, and this is the shit that tripped me out, because when I made the appointment, when nobody down there, right? Parking lot just a quiet, when nobody outside, the birds and shit is chirping. It was, beautiful sunny day in April. The day of the appointment is people outside picketing. They got pictures. They over here talking about it's an abomination. Did you know that at 12 weeks, babies got, fingertips and toes? It was a whole psychological thing for me. So within that moment, that's when I was just like, yeah, this is something that I cannot go through with or whatnot. And, called my family and told them, I was just like, hey, this is what it is. And, she come in, and then, found out she was going to be a Scorpio.
Big Scorpio gang. Big Scorpio.
Water.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, I guess, water sign or whatever. But yeah, that's how I found out that she was getting ready to be here.
But what day did you find out that you're pregnant?
Oh, I found out that I was pregnant on April's 1st. April's Fool's.
Oh, wow.
Of all fucking days. On all days. So when they told me I was pregnant, I was just like, yeah, I don't believe that. I was like, I want an ultrasound. So they gave me an ultrasound right then and there, and that's how I found out that I was 8 weeks along.
Wow.
I got to hear her heartbeat and the whole 9, but yeah, I found out on April 1st. So yeah. Yeah.
Also, guys, fun fact: both of our moms are cancers.
Yes.
Our season, we come in.
Gang, gang,
We come in. You understand? We come in. Okay? We come in. It's our season.
Exactly.
Bringing in all that
Exactly.
nurturing and love that y'all love from us. All that mushy stuff that
I don't
we
want to hear no
hide.
bullshit about cancers being sensitive. We are not sensitive.
Exactly, and we not crying
We're with
babies.
that
But if
part.
we cry,
you better fucking watch out. You better run.
Ooh-wee.
You better run.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because I'm like Bertie Mac, I'm about to burn the city down.
Right? Right? Exactly. And we got about 8, 9 pinches, so
Yes.
pick one.
Yes.
Or you can have them all, whatever.
Yes.
Tear you apart.
Pick your poison. I'm just saying.
I think the cancer.
I'm getting sensitive by them saying that we're sensitive.
We are not sensitive, okay? We are, put like this, we are very in tune with our senses. We're very intuitive. We can pretty much predict a whole bunch of bullshit that comes. We can read a room and a situation and read a person if we can get energy vibes.
Exactly.
And if we're quiet around you, that means we're reading you, we're checking you out.
Exactly.
And if we see you a second time and we're still quiet around you, that means we don't fuck with you.
We didn't like what we saw. Pretty much.
We don't fuck with you.
She summed it up.
That's it. And if I don't fuck with you, just let it be. We just don't fuck with each other.
Exactly.
I can be around
If
you
I
and be
see
cordial, right, and not talk to you.
If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't fuck with you. Yep. That part. Yes.
Preach.
Yes.
Next question.
Next question. All right. So obviously y'all got some big personalities. So we want to know, what was your life like before you got pregnant?
Oh man.
My mom, I know you be reminiscing, so go.
Okay, my life before Giselle, I ain't gonna lie, I was selfish. I was fresh in the real estate game. I was making money. Put like this, at the time I only had a niece and a nephew, so they got a lot of my attention. They got a lot of, auntie, can we have this? Auntie, can we have this? And it was just like, okay, not a problem. Like I said, I was selfish. I was, out partying, hanging out with the homies, drinking, smoking, living life, trying to figure things out, trying to see, what's the saying, trying to, see what the squirrel trying to get a nut in the world type of thing. Was here in LA and then moved from here to Arizona. Stayed in Arizona for a while. Arizona was cool. At the time, it was a lot slower for a single person, but from a family perspective, Arizona was cool. Was out there, then came back, and when I came back, I brought a little Samsonite luggage with me named Giselle. So.
When she was born in Arizona?
No, I had her out here. But
okay.
Yeah, she was conceived out there and all that good stuff, and then her other half is out that way. But no, like I said,
Okay.
Yeah, life before Giselle was cool.
Yep. I did single well before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly did. Like, I was big pimping, okay? Like UGK say, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I let it be known, if I don't like you, you gone. I don't want no relationship, and if you start liking me, you cut off. That's how I was operating, and then, I was like, let me try to boyfriend thing, see what it's about. Next guy that's kind of cool, we'll see what happens. And then I met Shannon's dad, and we just celebrated 20 years of marriage in April. I didn't see that happening. None of my friends expected that from me. That was crazy. But yeah, before I had her, like, I met him. 5 months later, we moved in together.
Oh, yes.
I know, that's crazy. Look, I wouldn't suggest that to anyone, because when I look at it now, I'm like, that's really crazy. And then we had been together for almost 3 years, and I kind of was like, you know what? I feel like I kind of want a baby. Like, I had a desire to have a baby, so I was like, Christmas Day, I was like, God, if you give me a baby, I won't ask for nothing else again. And of course, that's not true. I kept asking God for stuff after that, but she my Christmas baby, so.
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up. That is what's up.
Okay. This is off like the track of like mom stuff, but okay, so you're going out what's your drink of choice, or just like your drink of choice
In general.
If I'm out and I have to drive, then I'm going to stick with the margarita. And just
So this is like club.
just
This is club.
no,
Like,
it's
you
club. Still, I'm gonna do a margarita. If I'm driving, the margarita. Now, if I'm at home and I don't have to drive, then I'm doing Hennessy.
Hennessy neat. That's it. When I step out, no ice,
Exactly.
no mixture. Hennessy neat.
Well,
That's
see,
it.
what I do for mine is I put a little ice cube in it, but then I take a lemon and I squeeze some fresh lemon juice in it, and that kind of cuts some of that bite down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
good
try
too.
it that way. Try it.
I'm gonna have to
just
give it a
little
try.
bit of just some fresh lemon juice up in there, and it kind of cut down some of the bite, and then it goes down slow.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that because.
I remember, like, I think because we had this conversation before, like, I remember back in, like, 6th grade at, like, our apartment, my mom, she would have the Hennessy white bottles on top of the and I think I remember Shan was like, oh, that's my mom's
the
drink.
pure white, the Hennessy pure white.
Yep.
Hennessy, oh yes,
Yeah.
I like Hennessy.
Yep. Yeah.
Got that Hennessy.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. Isn't that mean they got the Hennessy? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, no, we have a Christmas photo hanging up in our house, and my mom with a bottle of Hennessy.
Actually, Shannon, that photo was Thanksgiving, but
Oh,
you know I
right,
put the
right.
tree up early because I like. Oop,
Yeah.
sorry, I keep touching the mic. I like Christmas a lot.
Yeah, so we took it on Thanksgiving, but we were in Christmas week.
Yeah, and the tree was already up November 1st.
Fur.
Okay, next question. So y'all know we did like an ick episode, and we were very heavy on like the men ick. So
Yes.
we just wanted to ask y'all. So what's like your biggest ick when it comes to men?
Like, y'all had some, but I feel like y'all didn't, like, blow up, like, the hole enough, so we want to, like, give us the juicy details now.
When it.
Because you can answer from a married perspective. Because
I know. I was about to go back to when I was single.
Oh, okay, go ahead,
And
go
I
ahead,
was
go
like,
ahead.
if I told you I didn't want a relationship, and then you start talking to me like that, that was an ick. Like, to where my roommate would be like, I'd be like telling them, don't fucking call me no more. My roommate would tell them, they'd be like, she mean, that she is. Because that was annoying to me. I guess a married ick. Whew.
Dad said he doesn't watch it. So. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, look.
Shout out to Dad.
Men can be naggers, let me tell you. They can nag sometimes. So I'll just go ahead and say So
I feel like you've got a lot.
I do have a lot.
My mom would have the same brain when it comes to men ick, so I feel like
The biggest thing for me is from okay, how can I put this? I break it down in different categories. So as far as like appearance from a guy, be clean, have your hygiene up to par. Do not come up to me if you got tartar on your teeth. Do not come up to me if you can't even, go get a pack of gum to like, put some peppermint in your mouth or whatever the case may be. Like bad breath, I do not do. I don't do bad breath. I don't do dirty ears. I don't do men. I don't do dirt underneath your nails. If you come to me thinking that you're going to shake my hand, let alone I'm gonna let you touch my body and you got dirt up underneath your fingernails, nigga, fall back. Like I don't do that. Tennis shoes. If you got white shoes and your laces ain't up to par, I looks at that. I mean, I do. I don't. Me personally, I don't do dreads.
me neither.
Nothing.
Look.
It's nothing against the people who do.
Is this how we grew up though? Because
Yeah.
I like ball fade.
Thank you. Give me a clean cut, and if it ain't a clean cut, then give me a bald head. Seriously, but I don't do dreads. I can't.
My husband knows I be like, you need a haircut because
I can't.
you know what I'm saying?
A nice mustache, a beard or goatee, like a pretty smile, that. A cool personality, somebody who's confident, somebody who, can have fun, somebody who knows how to, be serious when it needs to be. I want my man to be a leader. I'm not trying to date no followers.
Wait, this went from ick to you telling her guidelines. Y'all hear this?
so any men are looking.
She's like, you gotta have clean nails. You got no dreads.
Think about it though. Like, okay, how I feel about the dirty laces is how a man feel like as far as females with their feet. Guys want their girls' feet and shit to be all, on point. Pedicures to be all matching and shit like that. So okay, if my toes got to be on point, how come you can't have no clean laces?
Walk that tea.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So I think those are like my icks.
Like, I feel like from my perspective, like my mom, she would always be like, make sure that like obviously they gotta be respectful. They can't just be like treating you like trash. But my mom, I feel like this is, I said this in the ick episode, but like my mom always told me like go for somebody who's gonna like be after what they want. Like someone who's about like their money, about having a job, like want success. Don't date no bum. My mom always says that. So
Yeah.
I feel like that goes for anybody out there. I would never ever date a bum.
Yeah,
Boom.
I think my mom said the same thing. Like, date somebody who's ambitious, and like even if they're not the richest person, like at least you see them like, you know, working hard or working towards something or towards like, so like at least have like a good work ethic.
Yeah.
Right.
Slay.
And God fearing, because ain't nobody got time for no demons showing up. You understand?
part.
Because we slay them.
That part.
And I'm a dangerous mama when it comes to protecting my kids.
Hey, I'm 5150 when it comes to this one right here. I'm telling you, listen. I'll put on the orange jumpsuit and go to Glenwood in a motherfucking heartbeat behind mine.
Petty Betty, I will look.
And
I sit upon the bomber closet.
Listen, okay?
Ain't nobody playing.
I will go up in there gladly and take my weave off and walk up in there with my Meek Mill braids behind yourself. Don't play with me.
Okay, so that's a warning right here. Any of y'all guys watching?
Exactly.
You understand?
Come correct.
I'm so serious.
Come correct. Be respectful. Act like you got some sense. And I'm want to meet parents. And if it's an issue, you step into my daughter and I can't meet your mama and your daddy, then you're not the person for my child. Period.
Okay.
Period. Exclamation part.
Exactly. Dots.
Dots. Big dots.
I love that. I love that.
Yep.
I guess, okay, so like looking back, like what advice would you give like your younger self?
Probably
Don't
before
trust
you
these
pass.
niggas.
What?
Get the money first. Don't trust these niggas. Get the money first. And then rule number 2, get the money first.
It's all about her money.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
I'm just saying.
The money.
Hey.
Yeah, I would tell my younger self, you know what I'm saying? You that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That part, yes.
You know,
Yes.
it was a lot of insecurities when I was younger, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually like who God created me to be. I'm glad to be a Cancerian woman. You understand?
Okay.
So, you know, like, you her. And you her out there. Y'all, you better know you are her.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and don't let nobody knock you off your pedestal. Don't let nobody dim your shine.
Exactly.
If somebody's trying to dim your shine, then I'm gonna need you to step to the left and step into some more sunlight and tell them to go ahead and fall the fuck back.
Exactly.
No. Mm-mm.
Like this sun beaming on us right now.
Exactly. Stand in your light. Stand in your purpose. 10 toes down.
Exactly.
Yes. This is good stuff, guys. This is good stuff. This is great, y'all.
We about to take over the show, right?
Right? It's about to be Mama and Bonnet.
And I don't even know how to look. Chef Boy RD done showed up today. I don't even know how to wear bonnets, but I did it for them. You know what I'm saying? So,
Boom.
Bonnet Talk, they are taking over. We are no longer the hosts, guys. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, what has it been like watching us like grow into who we are now?
proud, very proud. Look, we done discussed this. Our daughters go to USC. Okay, we did something a little bit right.
Yes, okay.
So very proud that y'all have continued to push through. It hasn't been hard. I mean, it hasn't been easy. Like, y'all are going into your third year already.
Yes.
And through all, right?
2 years went by fast.
Yes, it did. Like,
yes.
so I'm very, very proud of both of y'all. Like, really proud.
Yes.
That's pride.
Yeah. I would say definitely proud. You know, like I said, for me, Giselle is my only child, so I don't have like another child that I get to experience this whole college life with or whatever. So I'm low-key kind of vicariously living through her, you know, as far as like I want her to have like the college life, you know, live on the dorm and, you know, go to parties and different things like that. I want that experience for her, and low-key, like, you know, I'm like, oh, so how was the party? Because I'm just like, oh, what you guys do? Like, you know,
we might have to go show.
Right? I'm like, okay, so who's on here? Like, you know, because I'm trying to like vicariously live through her. But definitely proud is definitely is up there. So like I said, I just want you to, you know, just understand that once y'all do graduate, the world is yours. Like, ain't nothing put like this. It's one thing for them to be like, okay, and I tell Giselle this all the time. It's one thing for them to be like, okay, you know, she's a beautiful black girl. But it's one thing for them when they say that she's beautiful and she's educated. And that degree behind y'all name from USC is going to get you guys through so much doors and opportunities here in California, even just across the world. So like I said, I'm just ready for, you know, the graduation to, you know, be here. If you think I turned up for Darcel graduation. Gang. Oh my God, it is going to be up and it's going to be stuck up. Like, I'm telling you, I'm so ready for, like, and I just, like I said, I just want her just to, you know, live life. Like, you know, go travel, get out of California, see some shit outside of the Inland Empire, outside of Los Angeles. Like, you know, hell, if you want to go to Japan for 4 months, I don't care. Like, just go see the world, just live life. Be safe. Be safe, but, you know, just go travel, see some things, and then shit, come back and tell me about it. Take pictures. FaceTime me so I can see what it is that you see.
Yeah, that's what I always tell my kids. Like, I just want them to be better than me. Whatever they feel like I did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my master's degree, get 3 doctorates. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I do, I'm rooting for y'all to excel. You know what I'm saying? So that's something, like, is the most, like, our kids are our pride and joy. And when we see them, you know what I'm saying? Like I know when you see Giselle dancing, and you know what I'm saying, and the smile it brings on your face, or when I see Shannon acting and doing what she loves to do, like, that just makes my heart smile. So, you know, keep pursuing to be great, you know, and just be who God created you to be and put 120% in it, and like, just proud of y'all.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so like basically, like, you know, at the age like y'all had us, do y'all think like it's impacted the relationship you have with us now, like as far as connecting with us? Or
I mean, obviously when it comes to, like, I have 3 kids. So with Shannon, it's like my relationship with her is my oldest. She's like my little confidant. You know what I'm saying? That I could come to and talk to, because I was a younger mother, but I also, like, it's kind of crazy now seeing where she's at, because she kind of understands, like she'll be 21 in September, so she's like dang, my mom, when she, you know, like she messed up. Okay, so my birthday's June 22nd, coming up next weekend, and I was looking forward to my golden birthday, my 22nd birthday. Like, I've been planning that since I was a kid. 22nd came and I was like 6 months pregnant with her, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of put you know, my plans were different, but it's crazy now to see her, and then even like people are like, you look like your mom, even though she looked just like her dad, but I can still see like glimpses of myself in there when I was her age, and for her to kind of understand what kind of sacrifice it was to have her at the age that I had. But even though I was 21, I thought I was like grown till now. I was like, dang, I was kind of young, you know, but then I thought I was like, had it all together. So I don't know. I feel like it's, the age difference has helped us, like, we kind of grew up together. Really, we did. So
I love that.
I would probably have to say the same. I feel like I have more patience now, because of course me being older, back then it was more so like the hustle and bustle, like, you know, because everything, you know, financially fell on me. So it's like, you know, I gotta make sure this is done, this is paid, daycare, you know, it was like a whole bunch of ripping and running type of situation. I feel now, because Giselle, she'll be 20 in November, we're cool. Like, my biggest thing, like I just tell her, just listen. Like, I'm not trying to be the fun police. I'm not trying to snatch your fun away or whatever. I just want you to be safe, but I just need you to listen. Like, ain't nobody gonna give it to you straight up than your mama. I'm gonna tell you some shit that you need to hear. I'm gonna tell you some shit that you don't want to hear. But I'm telling you in a sense so that way you can be prepared when you go out and, you know, into the world type of situations. Almost kind of like I'm just sitting like right here on your shoulder, like, you know, don't trust that bitch. Don't do that shit. You know, slow down, no, like, you know, type of situation. But I feel like now me and her have a cool relationship. I don't know, maybe the light bulb went off in her head when she got to SC, and maybe she understands and she recognized, like, oh shit, like my mama is actually pretty cool type of situation. But Giselle knows I'm cool. I'm cool until she pisses me off.
That's what I'm saying. Look, we reflect energy, so as long as you bringing that good
part.
energy, you know what I'm saying? It's
I'm
good.
cool until you piss me off. And once you piss me off, then like I said, it's fair game at that point.
Tsunami mode.
I feel like, I don't know, I think from my POV, like, I mean, I always like knew like my mom was like less stricter than like most crazy moms are, and like I never really thought it was like my mom's never gonna let me have fun like in the future, like, you know. And then again, also like it's always been her and I like our whole life, so it's like, you know, anytime I did something I would like always run back and tell her. Like we've always had a close relationship because it's just us two. So I feel like, you know, I think it's just the, you know, when you're a kid, everyone's like, oh, your mom's so cool, and it's like, oh, well, that's just my mom. Like when I was like 9, but then obviously now like we're older, like I don't want to say too much, you know, the feds after us and they find out some information, but it's like, we cool, like y'all would not expect it. Like I can maybe come back to this episode next year on 21 and then tell y'all, but you know, for now,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, I feel like I can always come to my mom because I just feel she always is like very understanding. Because yeah, once again, like she knows, like, you know, she's been my age, so like I feel like I can come to her and like there's just like never any judgment, and like I do see her as like my best friend that I can like tell like everything to, and it's like I feel like she's just always gonna like understand, which I feel like our age difference kind of like plays like a role in that. But yeah, so it's like I see her as, like she said, like I'm her confidant, she's my confidant, so it's kind of like I can come to her and like no judgment and like no like, you know, ridiculing or something, you know what I mean? So I can appreciate that component.
because I think there's a big difference between like when people, like now that we're older, we kind of see like have like the friendship and the obviously the relationship with our moms. But like I remember like friends who were like 6 and they be treating their mom like their friend at 6. I'm like, whoa, like whoa.
Nah.
Yeah, we weren't playing them games.
Yeah.
Nah.
So it's like, you know, as we got older, you know, it's like you unlock levels. So it's like, you know, when you're younger, like obviously, you know, mom disciplines you and like, you know, growing with mom. But it's like now, I mean, obviously she's still like, you know, is my mom, but it's like more so like, you know, a friend component.
I mean, I feel like this with you being 20, like I shouldn't have to yell at you. You know right from wrong.
Right.
Like I've done enough yelling when you was younger. I believed I whooped enough ass
That's
when you was younger.
what you gonna do? Pull out a belt? Yeah, we boxing now. You
That part, I'm gonna roll up on you. But I mean, I genuinely feel like I shouldn't have to yell at you. Still, like my whole thing, like she just knows. Like my biggest concern with her is just like her safety. Just like, okay, did you get to point A from point A to point B? You know, whatever. I just need to know that you're safe. Other than that, like I said, I mean, have fun. Like, you know, just be cautious, you know, watch, pay attention, you know, look out for different things or whatever. But yeah, I'm not yelling at you right now. Just so know, I will hang up on her in a New York motherfucking hot minute and won't talk to her to 3 or 4 days.
And we do have Life 360 as well.
That part. Put like this. Not only do we have Life 360, I have Find My iPhone.
So do I.
And Giselle's car has a tracker, and I got the GPS on my phone, so I know where the location of this motherfucking
you
car
gotta
is
let
at
me
all
know
times.
when she about the car shop where we get one of them
At all times. At all times. So like I said, if I can't reach her, I look and be like, okay, she here, and then if she's in an area that's a little sketchy, then I'm checking the app to see where the car is parked at. Where's the car? Okay, cool. Then I get to ask some questions. See, Giselle, no, I'm a detective first. I'm gonna collect all of my bones,
research,
and I'm gonna get my loaded clip. Then I'm gonna come to you. Then I'm gonna ask you questions because then I want to see if you gonna lie to me in my face.
Don't you be looking at me. Don't you be looking at me.
Like I tell her, if I ask you a question, you just better be in the back of your head. Just be like, she asking me this question
for a reason.
She already know. Danielle wants me to tap dance right now. Okay, let's go. Like, I mean, I need you to be on your P's and Q's and stuff like that. And you know, shit, sometimes I just throw out a question out there just to see if you go lie. And then I'll let the day go on, and then I'll send around some nice little text message when she thinks she done rolled off into the sunset and just be like, got you, bitch. You thought that I didn't notice and I didn't see this?
Intuition on 120%.
That part.
Never mind.
No.
Never lie.
They know my rules. I was like, if you want to piss me off, lie to me and disrespect me. But the lie, I cannot stand the lie.
I can't.
Look, okay, that's an ick right there.
Yes. And that's for people, period. Male or female, do not lie to me. I'm too much of an understanding person. I mean, Danny, I gotta go rob this bank because, you know, I ain't got no money, this is that, third. Hell, I may even be your getaway driver. Like, I mean, because I know how to drive. But I'm just saying, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Do not lie to me. Like I told yourself, I don't give a damn how ugly and different it may be. I better not hear from somebody else. You better come tell me first. Period.
That's true. That's like probably one of my biggest things. I I hate liars.
Yeah, don't lie.
If you know me, I be preaching, I hate liars, but this is one. So,
Yeah, don't lie.
because the thing is, the same way, like, when I be knowing somebody be lying, I just be asking around and be like, oh, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, or I won't even ask. I'll just be like, oh, yeah, I remember when you was with the so-and-so. Like, I thought you was gonna lie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate when people lie.
Do not lie. Slay. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, okay, so what's like one memory of us growing up that always stays with you?
You, when she first started acting, because somebody in this actual parking lot approached us
Oh, wow.
and was like, is this your daughter? Like, she should be an actor. And they had a workshop the next day. And she was like, I want to go. And I'm like, no, like, you're too shy, you're too introverted. And she's like, I just want to go. We went and they had a runway and somebody else showed up. I did not know who this, everybody's clapping, laughing, asking where she got it from. Look, we didn't know. And that always stuck with me, that she's full of surprises. She's full of a lot of surprises though, because she kind of sneaky too.
Whoa,
She's sneaky.
Well, she thinks she's sneaky. But I told her you can't play games with someone who invented them. You
That
understand?
part, okay.
My sneakiness always comes to light when it comes to my mom. And I'm like,
Sneaky Shan.
Sneaky
she'll ask me like one question, I'm like, well, yep, I did it. Trying to like lie, I'm just like, well, she got me.
Okay. That is funny. Well, I always say Giselle got the personality of 5 kids put in one. Giselle's been doing shit left and right since she was like little up until now. Of course, her dancing has always, like, you know, shocked me because, of course, she was very shy. Giselle had separation anxiety bad when she was younger. She was my fucking shadow.
I don't think I got out of that till like 7th grade. Like,
I don't think she really got out of it until she got to SC, real talk.
what YT or what?
I mean, like, so of course, as she got older, like, you know, and she, you know, became a little bit more independent, and it kind of became a little bit less and less. But I feel like as far as her, like, even just being away from, like, sleeping at home and stuff like that, I think that legitimately happened, like, once she went off to school. But yeah, no, her dancing, and like I said, just Giselle, you know, she's always been honest John, always telling the truth and saying, you know, repeating some shit. I remember one time I took her to the doctor and some old guy sitting, I don't know if she remembers, like, was sitting in front of us and he was coughing. And, you know, the poor gentleman didn't cover his mouth. Giselle had to be 3, and she was just like, cover your mouth. You know, you coughing, you spreading germs. My mommy said if you don't cover your mouth, you spreading germs. Everybody in the waiting room kind of looked, and I'm looking at her. She was like, that's gross, Mom, that's gross. 3 years old. Like I said, Giselle has always been, she goes,
Remember you said when I said this girl smelled like a
Oh my gosh, she literally told this girl, like, she said, first, like, that's why she smelled like a seafood boil. Mind you, we were like 8 or like 9.
Girl, that is funny.
even one of my cousins, she had she had been drinking, and she had asked Giselle to spend the night, and Giselle was like, I'm not spending the night at your house. And she was like, why not? She was like, because you smell like that wine in that bottle over there. I'm not spending the night with you. I'm going home with my mom. Yeah, so Giselle has always been very, you know, blunt.
I have one of them kids.
Yeah, very blunt.
Yeah. he had a disclaimer when he was little. I don't want to be mean, but the minute he would start saying that, I'm like, Kingston, so I would have to warn him when we would step out of the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Kingston has so many mentions on here. Like, we
I
need to
know. Okay, well, this one y'all already kind of like, we're like talking about like this stuff like y'all conversation, but just like what relationship or like friendship advice would you give to us right now?
Everybody guilty until proven innocent.
Okay.
That part.
Okay. Period.
Which side do you want me to start with, relationship or friendships? 'Cause
Both.
okay. Friendships. some of your friends that you're friends with right now, you're not going to be friends with them in 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's a sad thing, but that's just the way life happens. And you guys need to be okay with that. You're going to meet, you know, people along the way that you vibe with, some people that you don't vibe with, type of thing. Always go with your intuition. Don't be friends with people who are trying to buy you. Don't be friends, or please don't be friends with somebody who's trying to use you. I'm quick to tell yourself like, that she ain't your friend. Nope. Watch out for that one. It's a Cancer thing. Like I said, I got intuition like a motherfucker. I'll be like, nope, don't do that. Treat everybody with respect. Get to know somebody on your own accord, not based upon somebody else's situation type of thing, or whatever the case may be. Definitely, I am a woman that believes in girl code. Definitely follow by that. But also at the same time, within your friendship, like, you guys should be able to, you know, venture out and do your own journey and still collectively come back together as friends and be able to share stories and respect one another in y'all decisions of what it is that you guys want to do. Relationship wise, you know, like I said, right now it's because you guys are young or whatever. I personally wouldn't get serious or try to trust no guy until maybe like probably age 26, 27. Right now, all men, they're like within this age of 20 to, they're young. They trying to, you know, play the field. They trying to, you know, excuse my language, fuck on anything, and trying to see exactly how much body count they can go ahead and be able to get up. That's cool. Let them go ahead and do them, but don't be a part of that number that's within their body count. Like, let them go ahead and get that off type of situation. Just understand, like, you know, if you do meet somebody, kind of just, you know, take it slow, take it with a grain of salt. You know, and you know, if that nigga wants you, make him prove that he wants you. Don't settle for no half-ass shit. I don't want to hear nothing. Oh, and Lord, please don't hook up with no nigga that already got a baby. If you bring home some nappy-headed little nigga and he already got a child, he ain't gonna like me so much. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. He is not. Listen, his mama and his baby mama ain't gonna like me so much. Listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. You ain't taking care of nobody else's kid. Period. Especially if you saying you ain't gonna have none yourself. I'll be goddamn. The fuck? Look like somebody, you got a boyfriend, but his baby car seat in the back seat of this car. Nigga, please. No.
That's an ick.
No. Yeah, no. Ain't happening. Sorry, can't do that. But yeah, just, you know, be fun. Like, in your 20s, like, you know, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to bump your head along the way. Just like, you know, learn from your lessons and learn from your friends' lessons, so that way you guys don't make the same mistakes twice. I'm okay with you guys, you know, making a mistake and learning the lesson after the first time, but let's not make those same the same mistakes over and over again. And then it's just like, okay, then that's when I'm gonna have to step back in as mommy mode and be like, okay, like, I'm just gonna have to make the decision for you type of thing. But you know,
yeah, that's the whole thing too. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Because
what Maya Angelou say, believe
them, okay? Because that is so true.
Yeah.
If somebody keep consistently look, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign, load the gang, let it rain on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm like, especially if they keep repeating the behavior. That's who they are. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, but usually around early 20s is when everyone's true personality starts to develop. It changes from high school. That's when you're gonna start seeing who is compatible and who is not, and who is who.
And also, if somebody, like she said, somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And then also, sometimes you got to understand, you have to leave certain people be. And if you got to leave them standing on the corner of Crenshaw and Jefferson, then leave their asses standing on Crenshaw and Jefferson. If you got to leave their asses standing out here in the Inland Empire, what's this, 4th and Milliken, then leave their ass standing on 4th and Live. You put like I told yourself, sometimes you're not going to get invited to the party. And that's what it is. And
no matter how long you've known them, because sometimes you know somebody a long time, but they start acting different. You know what I'm saying? So. You know.
So I know. We're not saying no names, but you know.
Just in general.
Right. Just in general. Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
The atmosphere got thick on that one.
Well, we're ending it on a light note. This is our last question. This is like a fun one. So, do you guys have like any like crazy party stories from when you were younger that you just like to share?
God. Silent on this story. Right, like.
What Dave Chappelle was saying his skit, I plead the
Fifth.
Ooh. Let's just say that a time was had.
Right. That's what
A time was had.
Oh, that's my thing.
Let's just say that, you know, thank God we didn't have social media when we were coming
that
up,
part.
because there is no evidence. And yeah. Well, let me just go ahead and say this because it is Sunday. Thank God, because you know what? I did some dumb shit. I did. But, you know, like I said, you know, luckily I had a daddy that was LAPD, so, you know, I couldn't do too much fuck up in LA.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I couldn't do too much. But, you know, like I said, you know, I'm still standing. I'm here to stand another day.
That's why I say I'm so proud of y'all, because my first year of college, I majored in Party 101.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much all. Failed out. I did. I failed out bad. Woo! But I had a good time.
Yeah. See, my little hustle back then was, as long as I had like a full like enrollment thing and I can show my dad like, oh yeah, I'm taking full credits. Like, you know, Pops was taking care of all the bills. So, you know, car notes, cell phone bill and shit get paid. So I was just working, pocketing all my money type of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to parties, not showing up to class, with, you know, fill out type shit, and then, you know, oh daddy, I can just make it up with summer school and I can do it again, da, 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 da. And he was just like, oh okay, and then boom, cycle starts again, and shit got paid again, and then I'm over here, hey.
Let me tell you what I did the first day of summer school after I failed out that first year that I went, because my GPA was a 1.23. First day of summer school, I didn't even go to class. We went, but this dude rolled up multiple blunts and put it in the oven. It was like this long.
Like a 5-footer.
We all was in the
one of
room,
those.
put a towel at the door, put a smoke machine on. I thought I was gonna die. We in there just,
Oh wow.
that's what I did my first day. I'm supposed to be making. Oh my God, Lord, please don't let my parents see this.
Oh my God.
Whew, that was July 2002.
Oh wow.
That's reminiscing. Oh my God.
Whew. So yeah, it was go to class or like, oh, we all rolling up in. Okay, we rolling up there.
The first day is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have done one?
Crazy. Well, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Crazy, just a crazy party story.
Crazy party story. Okay. See, what had happened was we was in LA. So this is when I was hanging out with, you know, with my gang friends, you know, and we was at some party either in Carson or Torrance or something, and a fight had broke out. And that's when I was hanging out with my god sisters, and her boyfriend at the time happened to be, you know, from 60s. And let's just say, like, you know, him and his friends partaked in some type of activity, and I had to be the driver to get away, you know, to make sure that we survived another night, you know, cruising up and down the Crenshaw. So yeah, like I said, I mean, you know, I don't want to tell that story because Carrington is no longer here. But, you know, with that being said, like, you know, it was just, you know, a time was had.
You said you were a good getaway driver. So
Hey, Giselle will tell you, I can dip, I can drive, and I know how to drive a stick shift. Oh, come on,
you
now.
know what's so crazy? Remember, Shannon, about 2 months ago or a month ago, I was like, I had a dream that we was in the car, all of us was in the car. We was in your vehicle though, and you was flying through LA, downtown, zigzagging through. I just told Shannon, remember I told you that, Shannon? I said that was a crazy dream I had. I said she was, look, pedal to the metal.
I drive fast.
Where do I get it from?
Yeah.
Where do I get it from?
I drive fast.
You have to tell, or maybe your mom should tell the story of how when I drive with you, the Life
the
360.
the car turned into a rocket shit. Instantly a rocket ship icon on Life 360.
I'm moving, y'all. I'm trying to get us home. Like,
But she gets us there.
I get us there safely.
She does. She has gotten them there safely. But I saw the car transition. They took off into space.
Well, Giselle turned off Life 360, so I can't track her. Yes.
Giselle.
Yeah, she turned off Life 360, so.
Wait. The thing is, y'all, let me tell you, I can be honest. I didn't turn it off. I had no storage on my phone, so I deleted that app and like
Out of all apps.
Many of them go.
Okay, but wait a minute. But let's but
I chose that one.
Okay.
I'm so real with
okay,
you.
but let me go ahead and can I clock it though? Okay, so since that phone, she has now been upgraded to a brand new phone.
No, this phone I ran out of storage. Like, I've been running out of storage for like months.
Okay, but how do you run out of storage and your megabytes is 168?
It's 256 actually.
Oh, so it's 256. So how? Yeah,
You can do for $9.99 a month. Apple does the 2. What is it? The 2
terabytes.
Yes.
I have that.
Oh.
And I still run out of storage because Apple's ass. Yeah, so literally I had to get like an external storage thing from Amazon. So now she's at 180.
Okay.
So I had to clean up my phone a lot. This just happened like a week ago.
Oh, okay. So 360.
but she still doesn't have 360.
story though.
Long
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, so it would tell me 360 would send me reports and be like, oh, her last car ride, she did, 90 miles or she did 89 miles. And I would text her and be like, hey, flying kind of fast, don't you think? Mom, oh my God, Queen, oh my God, Mom. Yeah, so, I tell her all the time to slow down, all the time.
The thing is, like, I don't just be flying, honestly, like, just to be flying.
She be flying, and this is what Giselle do. Giselle get on her phone, and she pulls up Waze, and Waze will be like, oh, you'll get there at like 17 minutes. Giselle be like, I'm going to get there in 14. She beats the fucking clock.
You know what?
Giselle trying to beat the clock on everything. Okay, I got a story. Bet. Last year, was it my birthday? Last year on my birthday, she was like, oh, Mom, I want to take you to Javier's. I was like, okay, cool. I ain't never been. So, let's go in and go, right? Yeah. Our reservations was for what time, Giselle?
9.
No, 8.
Oh, 8.
8 or 8:30. We didn't leave the house. We was pulling out of the driveway at 7:15. We went to the one that was in Century City.
Oh, okay.
We live in the north end of Rialto. I'm like, Nunu, we ain't gonna get there. Call him and, make the reservation. She looks directly at me. Put your seatbelt on, Mom, and don't say anything.
Had my music bumping.
I let her play her ratchet playlist of choice. I'm listening to every fucking song, and I just slowly but surely recline my seat, smoke my blunt so that way I don't have to see the transition as we was going down the freeway. I promise you, we left the house at 7:15. We walked inside Javier's at 8:37. Giselle dips. She does not care. It can be. The cop can be 3 lanes over. Giselle don't give a fuck. She's still gonna be. She do not care. I be like, girl, please slow this car down. But no, she dips. I will give her that. I definitely did teach you how to drive well. I just wish that she can just turn the speed down by 10 notches. If she can turn the speed down by 10 notches, I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
I got missions to bus and places to be, things to see.
I understand though trying to get to LA because I usually beat the time when we get out there for auditions.
Yeah.
And especially like if me and Shan, like, because this is most of the time, like when Shan would say that, like you would see like my Life 360 icon, it was always when we were coming home. So when we would come back home, like me and Shan would leave LA probably like, let's say like Friday night, like 9, 10 o'clock. So it'd be nobody on the road. So when I'm like, oh, there's nobody on the road, it's free game. Like, y'all.
Yeah,
like,
talking about, oh, I'm gonna drive to Vegas, but I'm gonna leave at 10 o'clock at night. Girl, no, you're not.
Here's the thing, but I'm like, yo, I get there, like, I get there. Like, I got this. Right, like, I get there in one piece, y'all. I swear.
We be praying for y'all. That's because you got praying mamas.
Definitely. I'd be like, Lord, please keep your hands on my child. Please. Yep.
Here's the thing, like, I just take so long to get ready, so the time that I lack in me getting ready, I make up for when I drive. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
And my whole thing is put additional 30 minutes on your time you drive because you don't know what's going to happen, especially being in LA. she found that out this year. You know, she thinking, oh, you know, it says I'm gonna be there in 30 minutes. I'm gonna get there in 30 minutes. No, was late to a gang of shit. But you know, like I said, my thing with Giselle is this: like I'll tell her one time and she doesn't listen, then experience got to be her teacher. I'm not getting ready to repeat myself, especially now that she's older. I'm not about to repeat myself for what? I'm just gonna look at you like you stupid and just be like, told you. Yep.
This has been a great episode.
great
This is by far
My favorite. This was my favorite for sure.
Yeah, I might have to do a part 2.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you guys for taking the time out to do this with us.
Thank you for having
Yes,
us.
thank you.
Yes.
Wait.
So that's all we have for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for watching. We will see you next week. We're still trying to figure out what we're doing next week.
You
but
never know, y'all.
you know, we gonna keep you on y'all toes.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us, Instagram, bonnet__talk.
And then follow us on
Bonnet.talk on TikTok.
Period. Thanks, guys. Bye.